What's going on, friends? It's Anton Daniels, and I gotta have a conversation with you guys about Teach Henley because you see how the sun is hitting me. This is no finesse, no makeup, no filters, no none of that. This is 100% Teach Henley. I use it in the morning as soon as I get up, right after I pray and brush my teeth, jump in the shower, and I'm hitting the streets because you never get a second chance to make a first impression. So even though they're giving you 40% off your first order, 20% off for life, even though you may get a free gift, forget all that, right? Because we would do this even if it was full price because it's worth that much. I'm in the streets, I'm kicking it with people, and I see Dusties everywhere. You don't want to be them. You want to separate yourself. And the way that you separate yourself is self care. Ladies get it for the fellas. Fellas don't wait for the ladies to get it for you. I'm about to hit the streets right now, and I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. I mean, I already got confidence, but to have that extra boost of confidence, knowing that you've taken care of yourself and you set yourself apart from all of the rest of the sheep that's walking around making bad decisions on a daily basis. And it's reflected in their actions. It's reflected in the products that they use. It's reflected in the people that they follow. And so if you're trying to level up, if you're trying to make sure that you look good, they're going to send you the pack. They're going to give you all of the instructions on how you're supposed to use it. Then make sure you get your Teach Henley. Again, 40% off your first order, 20% off for life. Get your free gift. Make sure you tap in with your boy Anton Daniels because Unc is never going to lead you wrong. I would never have you use a product that I don't use myself. Again, they've been rocking with me for a long time. Make sure you get your Teach Henley. I love you. I appreciate you. I'm going to holler at you guys later. What's going on is Anton from AntonDaniels.com. I appreciate you guys for continuing to rock with me. Thank you for tuning in for another edition of the Millionaire Morning Show. I am your host, Anton Daniels. What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? Been a little minute. Where you been at, R. Jones? What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? It's Friday. Man, we made it to another Friday. Don't y'all feel blessed? Don't y'all feel blessed that it's Friday? Yes, yes, yes. It is Friday. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Shout out to everybody that's enjoying life, having a good time. I appreciate y'all. Y'all are absolutely, positively awesome. I am excited to be kicking it with you guys today because it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? We got after hours tonight. I'm going to be at Margs and, Margs and Mingle? Margs and Mingle. So anybody that want to kick it with me in real life today, I think the event is from 6 to 9 p.m. here in Detroit, downtown Detroit. So I may buy a couple drinks. I don't know what's happening, but I'm definitely going to be at Mars and Mingle today. You know what I'm saying? So that link is in the description. Also, I'm going to be doing a Patreon live stream on Saturday because it's easier for me to do it on Saturday because I'm not going to have anything to do. I ain't going to have no live streams. So the only live stream I'm going to be able to do, and I'll be able to take my time and do it even more because usually I like to consolidate it whenever we live stream on Patreon to like an hour because I know that it'd be a lot of information. And so it's easier for me to consolidate that so that I can make sure that y'all consume it the way that it needs to be consumed. So am I going to be at Margs and Mingle today? I am going to be at Margs and Mingle today. So do you ever go live in the evening? Yeah, I go live Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday night on after hours. We just live streamed for like 4 hours last night on the after hours channel. So that's going to change over the weekend to room 9. Margs and Mingle tonight, after hours tonight. And I'm back vlogging tomorrow. Next week. Next week I start back vlogging. Yeah. So the Darth Anton channel is back in the mix. And I think next week we should be hitting 1 million subscribers. So that should be interesting. I don't have no plans for that. I don't have no plans. Everybody around me keep asking me, what are you going to do for your 1 million subscribers and all of this stuff? I'm going to be honest with you. Let me see. Christopher Evans says, what up, Anton? Are you familiar with Chisha Zed? I am. I know what his content is. I think he got like between 400,000 and 500,000 subscribers. A lot of people don't know Me and him was on a panel together probably like 4 or 5 years ago. Check out his content. He talks about dating, masculinity, and conservative values. You might like him. I know who he is. I think he dope. I think he's absolutely dope. Bitcoin Brown says Tesla giveaway, but you need to celebrate AD. Yeah, the Tesla giveaway is going to be in December. The Tesla giveaway is going to be in December. So that site, that part of the site is going to be built. I'm giving away a Tesla Model 3. The people said they want to do it as a raffle, and so we're going to get to it. Let me tell you what my thoughts are prior to getting to 1 million, and then we're going to go ahead and get into the show. Is that cool? While we wait for everybody to gather in and we kick it. Thank you, Christopher Evans. I appreciate you for the super chat. Let me tell y'all what my thoughts are. Trending towards 1 million subscribers on my main channel, the Anton Daniels channel. It has been a grind and a journey. And I knew that I could do it. I didn't know that I would be able to do it at the time that I'm doing it, because you never really think about it. You just put the time in, you put the work in. And so my method for life and success is one day at a time. It's one day at a time. And so every day, I just do everything that I can to be successful for that day. That's what my life is. And so some people in my life is asking me like, oh man, are you focused? Are you excited? Are you celebrated? I don't feel like anything right now. Because I've learned in my life as a person that I would describe as quote unquote emotional. I'm very passionate. I'm very emotional in my life. Throughout my life when I was younger, I used to have to try to control myself and control my emotions. And so in order for me to be successful in the business world and in the content world, I literally cut that part off for myself. So I would say probably over the last at least 25, 30 years, I focus on being emotionless. So I'm not too high. I'm not too low. I just stay even, and I don't let anything and anybody affect what it is that I'm doing, because I'm dedicated to whatever my purpose is. So as far as like being like 9,000 subscribers, let me pull it up. Let's see where we at. Yep, about 9,000 subscribers away. Some numbers just don't change. Yep, as far as being like 9,000 subscribers away, we may hit it on Mondays, may hit it on Tuesday, who knows, on the Anton. And then 400, I'm almost at 400,000 on this channel. So I'm like 2,000 subscribers away or something like that on this channel. As far as that, I don't think about it. You know what I'm saying? I check it on a regular basis. Is it going to change my life? Probably not. But I really don't think about it. I work. And then I look for negativity. Is that crazy? You know what I'm saying? I look for negativity. So I chase it. I run to it. A lot of people hate negativity, or when people try to doubt them, or people say something is wrong or something like that. I run to it. I embrace it. It's because I need stuff to continue to like once you get to 1 million, it's never a number that you can't chase. You can chase 2 million. When you get to 2 million, you can chase 3 million, you get 3 million, chase 5 million, 10 million, whatever. So how do you keep yourself motivated? Like, how do you keep motivated after becoming a millionaire? How do you keep motivated after getting past 100,000 subscribers, 500,000 subscribers, 1 million subscribers? Well, you look for motivation. And so I run to it. So I chase a lot of times when people have something to say or they doubt me. And one of the things that I found yesterday was somebody had sent me an email and they said, Anton, your run and being successful and continuing to grow got to be up. It's almost up. I'm predicting that it's going to be up. And they've been telling me that since I was at 10,000 subscribers, 50,000 subscribers. Yeah, you just lucky. You ain't going to never, you know what I'm saying? You think you this, you think you this. You're not as good as this person. You're not as good as this person. This person is ahead of you. And so I run to it and I harness that. I harness it, and I harness when people have stuff to say to me that I'm not gonna do. And so I don't know. I got this. I'm hungry, bro. Like I don't know what's wrong with me, bro. I just feel like, all right, now you're gonna really see. I don't know what that is. I'm just hungry. I'm more aggressive, and I dream harder and bigger. You know what I'm saying? I'm so hungry, man. I don't know what's going on. Listen. Let me say this about O'Shea because a lot of people don't know. I don't have no ill will or problems with O'Shea. Listen, y'all don't have to unsubscribe from other people just because y'all subscribe to me. I don't feel beef. I'm not beefing with nobody. Me and O'Shea, I can call O'Shea right now and hit him up and be like, what's up, bro? Oh, what's up, Anton? What's going on? And then, man, let me say something. Let me tell y'all something. Regardless of whatever it is that's happening on the internet that y'all think is playing out, O'Shea, I've had conversations with O'Shea where he didn't gave me game and he didn't gave me insight on some of the stuff that I shared with y'all inside of the Patreon on how to increase your monetization and make more money on the internet. O'Shea has given me some gems. He has given me some insight. He has helped me make more money. He has generated more revenue. So if you don't necessarily care for his content, then that's another conversation. That's something that you got to have with you. But if you saying that you got to pick sides, I'm not asking you to pick sides. I'm not asking y'all to pick sides. I don't have a problem. I think that we over 1,000 people, so I'm about to start the show. Listen, content creators have a struggle within themselves. And the biggest struggle that content creators have within themselves is they pick alliances. And so one of the things that I would tell people a lot of times is don't become friends with people that you got to do business with on the internet. And the reason that is because y'all can go separate ways. And that's not my problem. I don't mind being friends with people, but I think it's difficult for other people to have friendships because if people don't operate the way that y'all operating y'all friendships in real life, then you can take offense to it. I got thick skin. I'm from Detroit. I come from a family where all we did was joke on each other and Jones on each other all day, and it made you stronger. I come from an environment where we didn't have nothing. I came home one night with my mother and my father and my brothers, and there was a crackhead jumping out of my back window, and I had to sleep in that same bedroom at night. So if you think that something that happens over the internet is supposed to affect me, that helps me. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm here to add value into people's lives and to make as much money as possible. I come from the ghetto, from the hood. I had two parents and I was blessed. I was raised in the church, but I was blessed. But let me show you what my house looked like. A lot of y'all may not be familiar with this. We're going to go over to Google Maps. Let me show you where I was born and raised at. All right. This was my childhood home growing up, bro. And it don't look nothing like this. It's 10 times worse than this. Okay. This is my childhood home growing up right here. Okay. From the time that I was born at Sinai Hospital, and this is a couple years ago, it looks worse than this. From the time I was born on Sinai Hospital to 17, 18 years old, this is the house that I grew up in. Okay. So everything is a blessing to me. Everything is a blessing to me. The visibility is a blessing to me. When people talk about me, I could never imagine that you would have thousands, if not millions of people watching your videos and talking about you. So I don't get offended. I don't get offended at stuff like that. If people say, yo, listen,
people are conflicted on the internet a lot of times about talking and live streaming and stuff like that. And if somebody is going to get offended, if you looking to offend me, you talking to the wrong person. I grew up right here, bro. That's what my neighbors. Listen, look, let me show you something. Neighbor's crib right there. Girl I had a crush on crib right there. The girl that I actually talked to crib was right there next to it. My neighbor was gay. Joe, he died. They wound up having to sell his crib. Miss Rivers lived across the street, right here. She was a white lady. So she grew up holding us down. Older white lady had a black man husband. He was a postal guy, and he wound up dying early. And then, you know what I'm saying? Miss Rivers was one of the sweetest ladies I ever knew. So I grew up with a white woman, an older white woman that always loved us and looked out for us. And we could go over there on Christmas morning and she had gifts for us. You know what I'm saying? Up the street. This is 8 Mile. This is a block down, right? So I just crossed Norfolk right here. And we would walk to the corner store, right? And this is the corner store that I would walk to. And this is the building, this white building right here. I got robbed. This is where I got carjacked at, right by this building, because the McDonald's / Coney Island was right in front of it. So we used to walk to the corner store, and this is 8 Mile right here. And then across the street was Ferndale and Oak Park and all of that, right? And so I got my car repaired over here. And then if you would go around the corner, let me show you where the Johnson Center is. So this is my crib, right there where that white truck is. And then we would walk up to Chippewa. This is Chippewa right here between Norfolk and Chippewa. This is Chippewa. And we would walk 5 blocks down to the Johnson Center. And this is where we hooped and swam and fought and hollered at hoes all the time. It's closed. It's been closed for over 20 years. But this was the entrance to the Johnson Center right here. They still got the name up on there. The Johnson's Recreation Center. So this is where we lived, work, and played, right? We hustled and we had fun, and we had a lot of fights right there in front of the Johnson Center. Me and my brothers and everywhere else. And then in the summertime, we will hoop outside, right? Because there's some basketball rims over here. So this is where we hooped over here in this field. There's some basketball rims back there where you can go and hoop. But this is Cherry Lawn. So if you go down Cherry Lawn, these are some of the houses that used to get raided all the time, right? You see this house that's boarded up right here? Raid van would be right in front of that house. It's another corner store over here because the raid van was always up and down the street on Cherry Lawn. See where some of these empty lots was? Those were some crack houses. There was a crack house right here. You know what I'm saying? And then they used to sell dope out of the car wash. So it's a car wash over here. See where this is? See all of this is? This is where I grew up in, all right? So for people that say they know me, they don't know me. This is the car wash where they used to sell crack out of the car wash, and they used to run a plumbing business. This is the corner store on Cherry Lawn right here, right? Where we used to walk to this corner store, and we got into a lot of fights over here. So when people sit there and tell me, you know what I'm saying, or they tell me about my childhood, or they do all of this stuff, they don't know where I'm from. We all from the hood. We all got a story. We all in a space where we had fights every day. That's why my knuckles are so messed up. We used to fight every day. Cuts right here, cuts right here, cuts right here. Knuckles is all messed up because we used to get into scraps all the time. You know what I'm saying? So everything is a blessing to me. Everything is a blessing to me. Negativity, positivity, it's a blessing to me. I don't look at anything and say, oh man, this and that. Bro, so you know where my hood is, DJ Ace, because you from the city. It's 8 Mile, Coney Island. You know what I'm saying? So it's all a blessing to me. I don't take these people serious. Oh man, you must be from overseas. All of this other stuff. I don't take that junk serious. Every day that I'm able to make sure that my daughter got the best of everything, she go to the best schools, her college is paid for. It's a blessing, bro. It's a straight up blessing. I love life. I love my life, and I'm more motivated than ever before to continue to run it up because we wasn't supposed to make it. And the hood was the hood. This is the good version. This is the good version. It's a lot of these houses that we used to hang out at, they torn down now. You know what I'm saying? So as a 43-year-old man, you got these young dudes that jack off in their socks. You know, people sit there and tell me about racism and about black people and all of this stuff. Man, I don't want to hear that shit. It's Friday, so I'm just going to tell you. I don't know what I'm going to say today. People tell me about their racism and they coming up and opportunity. Bitch, you was raised in a good environment. You got a strong, you don't know shit about being raised in the 80s with the crack epidemic. I'm not listening to these young niggas that was born in 2000, 1998. Don't sit here and tell me about what being real is. I don't care about these niggas. I don't give a fuck about what nobody is talking about, even in a little bit. For me, it's up. It's up. Every day, it's up. I'm up, I'm grinding, I'm hustling. And so I'm getting to it. I don't care about what nobody talking about. I don't care about nobody's sob story. I don't care about no victim Olympics, man. What niggas talking to me about reparations? Like, bruh, I didn't even know the word reparation until I got on the internet. We was getting it out the mud. We was at the plant hustling, trying to figure out how to get us a Cadillac. Like we really lived it in real life. And everybody got a hood everywhere. And you know what I'm saying? It's not that my hood experience is any more better than anybody else, but it's like, bro, let's get to this shit. Let's get it. Nigga, dude, you see where I was raised? You see where I was raised? Nigga, do it look like I was a trust fund baby? You see this shit? Trust fund baby? The fuck is you talking about? Nigga, you don't get a trust fund being raised in this shit. Trust fund baby. What's wrong with these niggas? And you know what the interesting part about this whole thing is? The interesting and listen, it's tripped out. Nigga, it was 4 kids plus the hood in this neighborhood. And here's the other part about it. My mom, my dad, and all 4 of my brothers, we all lived in this house all together. Trust fund? What you talking about, a trust fund? This is my childhood home right here. Stayed in this home till I was 18 years old. Fuck is these niggas talking about? But again, bro, if you notice, and then we're going to go ahead and get started with the show because we got a whole show to do. If you notice, though, who else is more transparent than me on the internet? No, I don't want to own my childhood home. I don't want that piece of shit. Who else is more transparent than me to where you know about their whole life? You know their childhood home. You know what their bank account look like. You know what their real name is. Who else is more transparent than me? Ain't nobody more transparent than me, bro. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't look at that. I don't look at none of this as a problem. I don't look at none of this as a problem, bro. Like, my life is an open book. I'll show y'all the church. Man, what was the church? Let me show you where I went to church at. Puritan, Wyoming. Show you where I was raised at, where my church was at, bro. Like, this is my real life, boy. It's the corner of the church that I was raised at. It's the hood, liquor stores, all of this stuff. This is the hood, boy. We used to go to church up the street. Look at this shit, bro. You see this? Go to church. This is crazy, man. That's where I used to go to church at, bro, down this street. Right up this street. I stopped, get my car washed right here, right before I hit the church. And I would go to this church right here. This is my church. It's different now. They sold it to somebody else. Yep. And we would park in the parking lot right here. And we would go to church. This was my church right here. It's right across the street from the grill place. And that's how, when I tell y'all these stories and I have these conversations about what happened in life and what's going on, bro, my jokes come from a real place. When I be laughing and playing and joking, my jokes come from a real place, bro. That's honest to God truth. My jokes look like it come from a real place. I know what's really happening out here. I know how people are. I know how crackheads act. I know what hood hoes look like. I know what walking to the corner store was like to go and get some hot Cheetos. I know all of that junk, bro. So that's my life, man. That's my life. And I'm excited. So when I get to, Lou's Deli, facts. When I get to go home, and I got multiple different homes and I'm building the real estate empire, right? And I get to go to places and I get to meet people and I get to have a conversation with people. Man, that's a blessing, bro. Now, if you think that it's an internet troll that's supposed to mean something to me, it's supposed to change my narrative or my excitement about life, boy, you got another thing coming. That's for people that was raised in the suburbs, that was in a good space, that's affected by what niggas know about the internet. I grew up at a time that it wasn't no such thing as internet bullying. It was real life fights in real life. I grew up at a time where we didn't internet bullying. Boy, you had to get up, and if you lost the game, if you lost in the backyard hooping, nigga, you might get in a fight. We fought every day at the Johnson Center. And it was group fights. We was fighting for real. If somebody stole or got into it with my brother, it was like, okay, well, I guess we knuckling up. We don't even know what happened. We just start fighting. We just start fighting. It just is what it is, bro. I done seen dudes that was a hoop phenom, the football phenom, seen him wind up going to jail because he couldn't get out the hood. I got all of them stories. I'm blessed. And so I don't acknowledge people that say, oh man, it's the hood. Oh man, the hood. You gotta sell drugs. You gotta join gangs. I don't believe that because I lived it and I chose to not do none of that stuff. I chose to not sell drugs. I chose to not go to jail. I chose to not scam. I chose to not get involved in gangs and guns and violence and all of that stuff. I ain't get involved in none of that junk because I said, bro, I'm getting up out of this hood. People always trying to glorify the hood and glorify everywhere that they came from. Like, dog, what are you talking about? That ain't no place where I want to be at. I ain't trying to be hanging around the hood. I was trying to get out the hood for 2 decades. The goal was to get out of the hood. Y'all sitting here. Every dude I know that was really in the hood, they was not trying to be in the hood. They was trying to figure out how when they grew up, their kids wouldn't be raised in the same space that they was. Why we glorify this? When I see these kids, all right, come on, y'all. Let's talk about it. We're gonna get into it. It's Friday. When I see these kids at TSU, right? Because I know it's a lot of people that got stuff to say about my commentary about the kids at TSU. Man, them kids was fucking privileged. They was at a college campus with pajamas on and open-toe sandals, hanging out, and they talking about they oppressed, and they holding up signs talking about black. Man, these punk ass kids blew up in 2000 and going to a fucking HBCU in another city. Nigga, what the fuck you talking about? Them privileged ass bitch ass kids got the nerve to be embarrassing their parents. Man, we would have killed for that type of opportunity when we was coming up. We would have killed for that type of opportunity when we was coming up. Y'all making these kids feel like they got some relevance because they out there doing stuff that they ain't supposed to do with they privileged bitch ass, ain't never really been through nothing in their life, talking about oppression. Boy, they don't know what really life is like out here for real people. They ain't never really been through nothing. They ain't lived through the crack epidemic and then had to deal with the 2008 crisis. They don't know nothing about that. Sitting here making excuses for these kids, embarrassing black people. Y'all should be ashamed of them. Y'all should be holding them accountable, because if that's the representation of what our future is, then I feel ashamed for you. Not about to support no degenerate behavior just because you hate white people. Hey, up on a college campus, cozy, complaining. Get out of here, bro. From where we came from what we had to suffer through, from how many people we had to deal with. Gang squad, wasn't no cameras, wasn't no body cams, wasn't no mama to come up there and save you from what was going on. Wasn't no cameras up on the thing so they can track the killers. The killers was just killing. That was just it. They never really got caught. Some of them wind up changing their ways. Man, it's people out here that done killed 5-6 people and they still walking around because they was born in the 80s and the 70s. You just don't know about them because they never got caught. It's real killers that's walking around every single day that was raised in the same hoods. And you got these punk ass kids on these college campuses whining because it's a debate, because some white people in a red hat wanted to debate you. And you in your feelings? You in your feelings. That's why man, listen, when I say what I say, I stand on that shit. I don't feel nothing. I'm not switching up. I'm not changing my position. I don't give a fuck about who against me. I don't care about none of you niggas at all. I don't care about none of you. Nothing. Oh, I'm gonna unsubscribe from Anton. I know, that's why I'm at 1 million. Every blackity black that y'all know ain't close to me. And I'm gonna tell you something else. I got a ton of black people. It's more black people that love me than rock with y'all. I put my people up against y'all people all day long. It's way more people, white people, black people. It's more black people that actually agree with me than say that they don't. And the numbers is numbering. It's a fact. So, you know, everybody talking tough. Yeah, if I was to ever see him in person, nigga, I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it, bro. I highly doubt, because I be outside every single day. I highly doubt it, my nigga. I'm in city to city, state to state. Nigga, I ain't trying to hear shit you talking about, bro. Highly doubt, and I'm not even being tough. I'm just telling you. Nigga, I highly doubt that you ever want to square up in real life. Ever. I don't believe most of you niggas ever had a real fight in your life. I don't believe that you ever had a scrap in your life, nigga. I don't believe y'all. I don't believe you. I just don't. I'm not. I don't see you, bro. I doubt it. I highly doubt it. I walk around very comfortable. Mika in the chat, she was walking around with me, and I was telling niggas right then and there on the spot. Mika was right there by my side, me and her, and I was like, so what's gonna happen? What you gonna do? And then my homie was across the street. Why? Yo, Tom, what up? You good? Yeah, we good over here. Don't worry about it. We good. I'm not concerned about these niggas at all. I'm very comfortable in my city. I'm very comfortable. Where they at though? Where they at though? So God bless y'all. Every girl that be around me, that be walking with me, they're very comfortable with me. Man, y'all gotta stop letting these internet niggas fool y'all. You gotta stop letting these internet niggas fool y'all. They not really that in real life. I'm not impressed. Nobody is concerned. Everybody is good. Nigga, go home to your family. Have a nice night. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the show. Go home to your family, bro. That's what we on. We about family life. God bless you, bro. Anyways, let's go ahead and get into the show. I'm sorry, y'all gonna have to get that Friday rant. You know me, man. It's Friday. Friday. It's Friday. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? We're ready to go ahead and get into it. Let me see what we got. Y'all want to start off with this superintendent? So I heard he had a fake resume. I might have a different take on it than other people may expect. All right, man, I need this technology. Hold on, let me show y'all this. Well, let me read some of the super chats and then we'll get into it. Matt Washington says, guys like yourself came out and represented with a lot of black conservatives. We're not bold enough to do so. Glad you're having all of your. Thank you, Matt. I appreciate you, bro. Just a brown girl in America says, good morning, Anton. Happy Friday. And for the record, I think you don't give a F. That's a fact. I like it for the content. I think it makes for great content. Ed Williams says, I was right by you, Anton, 7 Mile of Wyoming. So you know where we at. You know where we was raised. Chris Cunningham says, God bless your heart with that snow back then. Brothers Keeper says they suppose to sentence ditties today. Yeah, I know about that. I'm paying attention to that. I'm watching that. A. Marie says, listening to you speak about your childhood neighborhood reminds me of Babyface song Simple Days. But here's the problem. Here's the problem with that. The thing about that is that we didn't know that we was poor until after we got grown. I thought that we was doing okay because the dudes on the east side had it way worse than we had it on the west side of Detroit. And so we thought we was doing okay. I thought we was doing good. I'm like, man, my dad in my life, you know what I'm saying? We doing good. I could walk to the corner store. You know what I'm saying? My brothers got the Carl Canine, the Coogis, and the Jabos or whatever like that. And it wasn't until I got grown and started getting some real money. And I was like, what the? I went back to my old childhood home and I was like, man, this place is so little. We didn't know that we was poor because we didn't have the internet. We didn't have Instagram. We didn't have TikTok. We didn't have Facebook. We didn't see what everybody else was pretending like they was living like. And so we didn't know that we was poor. We had food on the table. We had hooping. We hooped every single day. We fought and boxed every day. And then we would catch the bus to Northland to go and get some hoes. And then once one of us got a car, we all had a car. And so that's when we start hitting the streets. You know what I'm saying? Because when one nigga had a car, we all piled up. I got shotgun. You know what I'm saying? So shotgun is you know what I'm saying? I got the front seat, nigga. I got shotgun. So once we started getting money, it was like we didn't know that we was poor so much that once I started making money, I still didn't move out the hood. I was still chilling in the same childhood home. That's why I got robbed at the corner, even though I was doing okay, because I stayed in the childhood home and my parents was on their way out. We didn't know. And then it wasn't until we moved out of the hood that it was like, wait a minute. We was in the streets. It was almost like God had this divine order of protection that was over us, because it ain't no way that you're supposed to survive 18, 19 years in the hood. Shout out to Showcase Classic, says, good afternoon, AD in the chat. Definitely a blessing to be alive and thriving. Yeah. 80s RM says, back in the 80s and the 90s, it was on site. These days, they want to be keyboard gangsters. Ain't nobody think about these niggas. Styles P was just talking about this on a podcast. Facts. I heard he was on the guy with the hair podcast. Shad for More says, good morning, AD. I want to hear the rest of the story where you were running from the cops in the car. All right, now I got to give y'all a little bit more insight. Okay, y'all want to hear about that? All right, I'll show it to you. So I'll show you that in a minute, real quick, and then we're going to jump into the superintendent. 392Q says, AD must got on the black tee, black jeans, black forces today. Go off, AD. I got on black. I wear Levi's. I don't wear Miris and stuff like that. Tyler Abrams, shout out to you. Thank you for the 100 ball, my friend. Says, I feel you, AD, practicing group economics by moving back home. Got my associate's degree in accounting free from CCBS in finance from Northeastern University, and currently at Johns Hopkins for MS in information systems engineering while working full-time in research and development. Man, kill it then, bro. That's what I like to see. Congratulations, my friend. I love that, bro. Keep doing exactly what you've been doing. That's not what it meant. I meant dope as. Oh, okay. I know you. See, I keep forgetting you from St. Louis. All right. So let me show you where I ran from the police. All right. So this drive-in is still here. All right. This is called the Fort Wyoming drive-in right here. All right. So you go in and you do the drive-in and stuff and all of that, right? But this is the location of the Fort Wyoming. So this is over near Dearborn. This is near Dearborn. So this is the Fort Wyoming. No, that's not right. Let's see. Miller Road, Fort. No. Hold on. That's Wyoming. Oh, okay, yeah. This is right. If you're going down Wyoming, no, this ain't right. Did it change? That's McGraw. Oh, no. Okay, all right, I got you. So that's Ford Road. All right, we got to get off Ford Road. Is this it right here? Oh, this changed a lot. Wow. All right, so this is the Fort Wyoming. All right, so this is the drive-in right here. You can see the big drive-in or whatever. So if you leave in the drive-in, you usually come out behind one of these driveways right here. And so you see this big old theater thing right here, and you come out of one of these driveways. Well, you come out of one of these driveways, and so I'm driving down this street, and Rita's behind me, but I'm ahead of her. And so they was kind of tailing me the whole time. And then instead, when Rita called me, she like, Anton, the police is behind you. You cut through this mobile. It didn't used to look like this. You basically cut through this mobile. And so the police couldn't do anything because they was a little bit behind you. Then you drive down this street right here. And then as soon as you hit the residential streets, that's when you make a right-hand turn down the residential streets. And then you jump in the trunk. And then they don't know where you at. So you taking off. You gone, right? You cross the tracks. As soon as you cross the tracks back there, those were the tracks right there, the train tracks. And then as soon as you cross the tracks, you turn down this residential street right here. And then that's when you pull into somebody's driveway and you jump in the trunk and then you hide from the police and then you go from there. You said, why is our stoplights on wires? What else is they supposed to be on? I'm sorry. Anyways, that's another story for another day. All right, y'all. Let me read a couple of more super chats and we got to start with the show. Yo, AD, I just started my YouTube channel. What advice will you give me as a starter? Be consistent, tell your story, and give people a reason to buy into you. Carrington Love Jr. said, that's a fact. Anton, I had no idea how poor we was. Now that I'm grown, I'm proud of my mom and dad. She sent all three of us to the same college and school. We had crack houses where we played. Terrible People Podcast says 80 is spitting per usual. Don't let these dust mites and broke Hebrew is irrational lights take you off your square. You deserve all of this. Praise God. Salute to you. You are appreciated. Miss Salat says, shout out to the west side of Detroit, 6 Mile and Out of Drive. Yeah. Shout out to y'all. All right, y'all. Let's rock out. AC Reviews the World says, what up, AD? Did you see that a family friend killed the whole family because he wanted the husband's wife? Nah, email it to me. I'll review it right now. She didn't want to leave the husband. I just sent it to you. Okay, so I'll check it out. You hear it in the trunk? Yeah. So, in certain cars, and you got a regular car, you can pull the seats down. And you don't pull the seats all the way back up. You just pull it up a little bit so you can still climb out of the back seats. So I had a Mercury Sable, and you can pull one of the seats, the back seats down in order to get to the trunk. And so you jump in there, and then you pull the seats back up, and it looked like the car has just been parked there the whole time. And so you sitting in the trunk, and when they go through and they start, where is he at? They shine in the light inside of the car. You're hiding in the trunk, but you pulled the seats out in order to jump in the back of the trunk. So, man, y'all know nothing about that? Man, y'all so sheltered. Y'all so sheltered. Let's get into this guy real quick, y'all. And then we're going to continue to read super chats. I'm sorry, we're a little delayed. Anton talking stories and stuff like that. So this superintendent, right? We had a conversation about him when the story first broke. And his name is Ian Roberts. He was calling himself Dr. Ian Roberts, though. And what they starting to find, and let me tell you why they starting to find this information. What they're starting to find out about him is that he wasn't a real doctor. He had embellished significantly on his resume. And the reason that they're doing this research and they're trying to find out more about him is because they want to know who hired him, who overlooked it, and who should they hold accountable. And that's how accountability goes. Let me play a little bit of this for y'all, and then we're going to get there.
We are learning new details about a former Des Moines school superintendent arrested by ICE. According to documents obtained by the Associated Press, Ian Roberts falsely claimed a doctoral degree when applying for the job. He was hired even after the school board learned about the misrepresentation. Let's bring in CBS News correspondent Lana Zach live for us in Iowa City. Lana, originally much of the community rallied around Roberts, but as more information comes to light, things have changed. What can you tell us?
Yes, we are learning so much more about Ian Roberts, who at one point was the superintendent of the largest school district here in Iowa. He is now in federal custody, and so much of his resume now appears to be grossly exaggerated, to put it generously. It turns out MIT says they have no record of him attending that doctoral degree that he claims that he had from Morgan State. He never received. That did come up during the hiring process, but he explained it away by saying he had completed everything but the dissertation, and that allowed the school board to move forward with hiring him. However, there's other things that are deeply, deeply troubling that have come out, including even the Best Principal of the Year award that he would celebrate that he had received. Turns out that George Washington University says they don't even give out that award. We also have learned that back in 2023, soon after he was hired, it seems like he also had a restraining order placed against him. We're still trying to dig into the details.
Oh, man.
As you can imagine, none of this even...
Give us free. Had a restraining order against him. That means it was somebody that he was probably in a domestic violence situationship with, that he was stalking. Give us free. had a restraining order against him. Maybe he was a little bit toxic, but I mean, you know what? I'm gonna give him some grace for that. I'm gonna give him some grace for that because girls like toxic. You know what I'm saying? Where's my bell? Ding. Women like a little bit of toxic, so I'm gonna give them grace for that. I'm also gonna give him. Let me tell you something. I'm gonna give him grace for his resume. I'm gonna give him grace for his resume. Metadol, so I can't give him grace. I can't give him grace. I'm gonna give him grace for his resume because everybody put a little bit of changes on their resume. You know what I'm saying? Maybe not to the extent that he did, saying you got a doctorate and all of that. I'm gonna give him a little bit of grace. He you know, he did some pre-AI before the AI on the resume. He said, "Yeah, I got the principal of the." Come on, hold on, Mika. Come on, Mika. Don't do that, Mika. Hold on. Most people, when I'm in a hiring process and I'm looking at people's resumes, and I know that it ain't what it is. It ain't 100% what it is. I was the best person on my team. Yeah, all right, big dog. Sabrina, you get back here after your meeting. Yeah, all right, big dog. Like, come on. None of this stuff is surprising to us because most of this stuff is stuff that we've seen already. He put a little sauce on it. It was working for him until it didn't. The only reason he got caught, he might have been getting an award from Roland Martin and Black Lives Matters and being celebrated by D.L. Hughley right now, had he not been an illegal migrant that came over here and overstayed his welcome. He may be getting an award and being celebrated on all the black platforms had he not been an illegal migrant. Am I off or am I off? He might have been, he could have ran for office. He might have been thinking about running for office if he wasn't an illegal migrant inside the United States of America. Thank God for our law enforcement. Now, I'm supposed to look, all of the white women that was cheering from him once they found out he wasn't a doctor, but he's still a good man. He's a good man, Savannah. Wait a minute. He didn't get teacher of the year. He didn't get principal of the year. Okay. Because that's the one thing about white people. Like, they'll overlook a lot of things until it's too much to overlook. When the credentials ain't messing up, then they got to distance themselves from you. White people, they could deal with a lot. They could deal with toxicity, especially white women. White women, they love toxic. White women love toxic. White women and black women like toxic like each other. They equal in that. If y'all ever looking for equality, look for the toxicity in the type of men that y'all like. White women love toxic men. Black women love toxic men. They all the same. You know what I'm saying? None of them are looking for a straight up right, straightforward man that loves Jesus since he was born. Got to have a little dirt on you in order for them to like you. You know what I'm saying? So they can deal with that. But the one thing about white women is that when your credentials start going off, then that's when they start calling you a narcissist. And that's when you start getting restraining orders against you. And I suspect that that's what it is. Really, Jay Hunter? We're going to get there. We're going to get there. Listen, women love toxic. All right, I'm going to add that in the after hours. I see y'all want to talk about that on after hours tonight.
Comes close to comparing to how much hot water he's in when it comes to these federal charges, because we learned today through court documents that not only did federal agents find one handgun in his possession when in the school car that he was driving when he was arrested, but they also did a search of his home. There were 3 additional firearms that were found in his home. You know, it is against the law, we should say explicitly,
where he get the guns from. I want to know everything. I want to know who he bought the guns from. I want to know who hired him. I want to know who his girlfriend is. I want to know all of that.
who is not here with legal status, and he lost his legal status after overstaying a student visa. It is illegal for somebody without legal status to possess a firearm. Again, one of those firearm charges came up during the hiring process. Roberts explained that away, and the board said at that time that all of it made sense to them, and they proceeded clearly with his hiring.
What are they saying now, though, Lana? How is the school district reacting to his arrest?
You know, they have really changed their tone. Initially, when word of his apprehension by ICE agents came out, the community rallied to support Dr. Roberts.
Look at all of these big back white women out here and a gay white man. Look at all of them. These are your resident protesters. These are the normal look of a protester, bro. This is what protesters look like when you guys are so focused on, oh my God, they're protesting Tesla. They're protesting in behalf of this big black man and all of this stuff. This is what protesters look like. And they make their little homemade signs, resist fascism. There's no more ICE. These are people that don't have jobs. They ain't got nothing better to do. They ain't never suffered through nothing. All of this stuff. Big and stupid. Big and stupid. We got to go to work. Look at them. More. Just all crazies. All liberals, all crazies. They all got the same look. And they all wear sunglasses. Have you noticed that? They all keep glasses on. Every last one of them got glasses. Y'all need to start profiling more effectively. Open toe sandals, and it's always a liberal white man in there with white hair. Every single time. Do y'all know? I'm going to talk about this. Y'all hurt the black community. White liberals is the worst thing in 2025 and beyond for the black community. But we're going to get into that into the next part.
Affectionately called him. The school, even in their initial press conferences, quoted him. The members of the school board said we should
look at him. Check him out.
Press conferences quoted him. The members of the school board.
Y'all tell me, where do you see one black person out here? Look at her. Liberal, big back. White, multicolored glasses, multicolored hair, shaved on the sides, big fupa, with a bullhorn in her hand, and a septum nose ring, a cow nose ring. They all gotta look, bro. Every single time they gotta look. Every time. Ain't a black person in sight in that audience. Not one black person. The one black person is arrested. Every single one of them look the same way. All of them. You go to any protest, it don't matter what city you go to, no matter what state you go to, they all look at that. Look, she got a stain on her shirt at the bottom because she don't even know how to drink her drink effectively. They bring their coffee cups. You see her coffee cup in the lower right hand, right next to the fire hydrant. No makeup. Look like they just rolled out of bed. Don't give a fuck about life. But they out there. They're out there. Probably ain't took a shower, a bath, nothing. Just looking like who, what, when, where, why, and how. And these are the type of white women that black men be liking a lot of times. I ain't even gonna cap to y'all. They'll take any black man. It doesn't matter who you are, where you come from. You could be proper, you could be hood. Bro, for all of y'all that's going through a drought, they could go to a liberal protest. You are going to be a superstar. If you have a drought in your life and you just can't figure out, man, I keep going to the club, I keep going to the bar, I keep going to the cabaret, I keep going to the night spot, I keep going to the BYOB, and ain't none of these chicks messing with me because they all choosing up. Nigga, choose down. Choose down. If you trying to figure out you backed up, It's been a while. You've been dedicating yourself. Choose down. Choose down. Bro, this is same day. Same day shipping. Y'all up here dealing with all of these women that keep on telling y'all what they want and what they ain't gonna take and where you gotta take them and you bet not take me on a coffee date. They going. They're going. They're going. 100% they going. Same day. Same day. They going. If you having a rough week, getting shot down every day, don't call nobody no bitch just because she don't want to talk to you. Choose now. Same day. No 2 to 3 ground shipping. Yeah, this is right there, right then and there. You ain't got to do nothing special. You ain't got to do none of that stuff. You choose down, get that out of your system, and I promise you, they'll be your best eater. Be your best eater. You can meet, bro. You meet one of these chicks. Meet one of these chicks doing a Uber ride, taking her back to her place that she can't afford. She one step away from losing everything, paycheck to paycheck. Just recently got a divorce. Husband doing better than her. There she going all day long, all day, and they love black men. Let me tell you what else they love. They love defending black men. One thing, the only thing that white women will stand up against black women against is the men. The only thing, white liberals are scared of black people. They won't criticize conservatives or liberals. Even when white people, conservatives, criticize conservatives or white women liberals or white people liberals, when they criticize conservatives, they go against their own. They won't say nothing to us. The only time that white women stand up against black people is to defend black men. Am I telling the truth or am I telling the truth? Hey, I'm tired of all these. You need to choose better. Because when I met my husband, he was so tired. No one liked him. None of the girls gave him a chance. You see him up there, he don't be having no mustache, no beard, no mustache, throwing some mixed brown hybrid lichen and vampire mixed together up in the air like this, and she's over there like that. It's no reason for any man to not be able to find something that like them. They made a hybrid together, a lichen, a werewolf and a vampire together, and he growing up and he got curly hair. And he gonna be on TCU's campus because he's trying to find himself. My God, I'm trying to find myself. And then her family gonna be criticizing her because she's trying to understand the black experience. Man, listen, this blueprint is there all day long. If you having a problem, choose down. Y'all know about the underworld? Choose down. I'm telling you, every time. One thing about black men, there's nobody that they can't have. Black women, snow cows, they all go. It's really just a matter of what your circumstances at the time. You may be having a drought. Even if you broke, bro, let me tell you something. Even if you're broke, right? Let's say, for example, you're having a rough time in your life and the ladies, they not really rocking with you because your hairline is crooked and your money not right, and you thinking that you got to go out. Man, you ain't got to do that, bro. You ain't got to do none of that. No DoorDash in a predominantly lower class white neighborhood. Man, you get some box same day shipping, no cap. Same day shipping, no cap. She always mad at her white man husband, previous ex. She's a bad mother. She doesn't really know what she's doing. She's probably trying to lose weight still. She's in the in-between phase, and she lost a little bit of weight, so she thinks she getting more visibility. Now she's into black guys. It's a type, bro. It's a type. I promise you it's a type. All right? Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. I'm gonna tell you the truth. I know I know everything. Bro, I'm 43 years old. I have seen everything. I have been everywhere. I have coached everybody. I have seen so much in my life. I have seen so much in my life. I've seen it all. I've seen it all. A lot of people ain't lived the lives that I've seen. I've seen everything. I've seen it all. And it don't matter how long you haven't talked to them. You cannot talk to them for a whole year. You don't even know if it's the same number. Hey, what's going on? Oh my God, I haven't heard from you so long. Same day shipping. Same day shipping. Same day shipping, bro. I know some people in my phone right now. I know some people from years, probably like 8 years ago. I got numbers in my phone. I don't even know if these numbers still work. What was her name? I always name Sarah. Always name Sarah. Jay Hunter Lee says, I know Ian. He was a school principal in DC. I didn't even know he lied on his resume and had previous convictions. Check says, hello, Anton. You and your family enjoy your weekend. That's a fact. I'm with it. I'm with it. Chris Cunningham says Malcolm X told y'all about white liberals. Facts. Chris Your Addiction Love says AD PJ party tonight on After Hours, or you know who I want to see. Oh my God. I don't know. I got to check with the ladies. I got to check with the ladies and see what they're talking about. Abe the Hunter says, dude, watch TV show called The Pretender. All right, I'm gonna have to check that out. I ain't never heard of it before. Executive Suite Emily says, happy Friday, folks. I'm here for the derailment and slick talk. Anton Daniels is the Rolex wearing, kiss stealing, wheeling, dealing, son of a gun. Woo! Chris A says 5 minutes into the conversation, be telling you about her IUD. Facts, and you're gonna believe her. I bet you never seen an elephant fly. Bro, there's chicks from 20 years ago all over. Let me see something. Y'all want to try an experiment or no? Y'all want to try an experiment or no? No, me, I don't care. I do whatever. Do y'all want to try an experiment? All right, if I get to, all right, we ain't gonna do no experiment. You're right. All right, we ain't gotta do no experiment. I'm cool. I'm chilling. Ah! Mika said no, so sister said no. Sister said no with the capital N's, so I'm not gonna do it. I'm not. The ladies have said no. Well, fellas, y'all gotta blame the ladies. Nope, you gotta blame the ladies. Blame the ladies. It's their fault. Blame the ladies. It's their fault. Don't get mad at me. The ladies said no. I don't care about my future. My future is it is It is what it is. I'm looking for this video on
So I know this is going.
Set myself up for what? Y'all don't even know what I was about to do. You don't even know what I was about to do. I just wanted to see something. You know what I'm saying? Hey, bro, go ahead, please. Send a prayer out for our family. I just got let go yesterday from my telecom position, but I'll be grinding Uber. And what else can I find into the opportunity? Just don't run into no snow hares. Don't run into no snow cows. You know what I'm saying? Don't you run into no snow cows. Now, Robert Hood, I got you. You're going to be back up in a minute, bro. You'll be back up, big dog. Prayers up for you and your family. All of that. Prayers up for you and your family. You're gonna find another opportunity, bro. Don't worry too much about it. You'll get back on your feet. Facts. All right, y'all ready to move on? Let me see. The experiment derailment show. Nah. All right, y'all. Let's move on to the next thing. Oh, I know what I was gonna say. So I want to share this video with y'all of this girl. I'm becoming a fan of hers because she put this on the internet, and I said that I wanted to share it with you guys. So this cool black woman somewhat expresses the sentiment of my heart personally. All right, expresses the sentiment of my heart personally. This is what she had to say.
Going to ruffle some feathers, but it needs to be said. And please know that I am coming from a place of love because I know that your efforts come from a good place. But white liberals, you are not saving the Black community. You are holding us back. It's not allyship, it's enabling. You excuse destructive choices, you lower the bar, you hand out sympathy instead of standards, you call that progress. Here's the truth that nobody wants to say out loud. We're not the only group with a painful past. Jewish people survived genocide and rebuilt. Asian immigrants came here with nothing but thriving businesses and schools. We don't hand them safe spaces. We don't rewrite laws to excuse their failures. We don't glorify victimhood for anyone else. So why is that standard different for us? We built an entire system around the lie that Black people can't compete, and we call it justice. DEI, affirmative action, safe spaces, watered down schools, and even lighter sentences for crime. That's not empowerment. That's soft bigotry dressed up as compassion. And it's all causing more harm than good to the Black community. It whispers you're too weak, too damaged, too broken to do this on your own. And we've accepted that lie for far too long. We don't need your pity. We don't need you to lower the bar. We need to be held to the same standard as everyone else. Because true empowerment doesn't come from being coddled. It comes from being called higher. Charlie Kirk said this over and over again. He asked Black America to stop fixating so much on our race and our difficult history. He encouraged everyone from every background and walk of life to make their past a reference, not their residence. And sadly, his honesty caused him to be labeled a racist, despite the fact that he was simply telling us the hard truth. So here's my challenge for white liberals. Stop lowering the bar for us. Stop designing programs that assume that we can't win without a handicap. If you truly believe in Black excellence, then treat us like the powerful, capable, brilliant people that we are. Stand with us, not over us. Walk beside us, not ahead of us. And Black people, if you're still here, slavery happened, oppression exists, but our history is also full of resilience and brilliance. Research Frederick Douglass and Booker T. Washington and Madam C.J. Walker. We've been free for 150 years, but somehow we feel justified in marinating in our victimhood while holding a $1,000 iPhone, rocking $200 shoes, having nothing and no one standing in our way but ourselves. Pick up your mat and walk.
So this woman says that white liberals are the bane of Black people's existence. Let me say that again for the people in the back. White liberals have been holding Black people back for a long time. And I 100% agree with her. I 100% agree with her. There's nothing worse for the Black community right now than white liberals. White liberal men, white liberal women. It's bad enough that we got Black people still on a Democratic plantation, playing victim and wanting somebody to rescue them from themselves and their own bad behaviors. It's bad enough that we got to deal with it on our own. You don't really understand what us conservatives deal with. And, it's a lot of people that's in my chat. It's over 2,000 people watching this right now. It's a lot of people that watches my shows and they watch it and from a distance and they understand it and they agree with me, but they would never say it out loud because they don't want to get and go through some of the things that I go through, right? And I understand it and I feel you on that. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? Somebody got to be at the forefront of this thing. But they watch all of the nonsense that I get called and all of this stuff, right? And they understand it because they know that unjustly we Black conservatives catch way more hell. I ain't even gonna say Republicans. I'm just gonna say conservatives. How we live our life tend to be conservative. If I say, hey, listen, stop having children out of wedlock and don't pass STDs on because you are hurting Black people, that means a translation to women, Black women, is you hate Black women. Hey, guys, stop being so sassy and making excuses as to why you can't provide for your family. Stop asking to go half with a woman. Man up. And if you decide that you want to have children, marry her and stop having children everywhere. Oh my God, I can't believe he's saying he's a racist against his own people. I can't believe it. Man, you a coon, bro. Oh, here we go again. Translation to them, we hate ourselves and our black skin because now we want to be white. You see what I'm saying? So we got enough to deal with within ourselves. We have our own civil war. We have our own. Some of y'all want to know what her name is? I'll tell you what her name is. Her name is Naisha Lorraine. That's her name, Naisha Lorraine. All right. We have our own problems to deal with within ourselves, where there's these multiple little civil wars that's happening amongst Black people. Now, insert the white apologist liberal that keep on trying to make us feel like victims, that make you feel like a victim. So the last thing that a person that's fighting the good fight, that's trying to get people to not feel like a victim, needs is a white person to say, oh, no, they're right. We've been oppressing them. Bitch, I didn't ask you nothing. Oh, no. We need to start addressing our biases. Man, get out of here. I didn't ask you nothing. Messing up what I got going on over here. I almost had him to where he was actually studying and trying to get his degree. Now you over here making him feel like he can't get a degree because you want him to feel like a victim. Get the fuck out of here. And it's like they doing it for their own self-serving sympathy and to feel good about themselves. I don't need your sympathy. I'm not interested in your hand-ups. And when y'all dummies gonna start realizing that they tied you to the government so that you can depend on Section 8 and food stamps so that you can stay poor, you dummies. Oh, Anton, he's so critical of us. Because I want you to do better. Okay, so let's say hypothetically that I switched it. The only thing that I addressed and I went off on was white people. And I helped white people to get their act together and to get their money right and to make sure that they taken care of and stuff. Would that make you feel better? No, you need to come back to the hood and get no, you can't get it. We can't get them both. Either you get the accountability and the resources, or you don't get nothing. Oh, he's so tough on us. When did you become so weak? When did you become so weak? There's nothing worse than a white liberal, sassy man or a white liberal woman to make y'all. And you know what the funniest part about it is? It's, you know how the Bible says a prophet gets no honor in their own home? That's the same way that I look at black people looking for the validation of racism from white people to make you feel like you got one up. Now you feel like you valid and you just fine. What about when they said this? Oh, God. What about that malt liquor that you got in your hand? Yo, it be people that be having malt liquor. They still drink malt liquor. They drink malt liquor and they sitting there complaining about what somebody else did to them. So how is racism implemented against you? Well, it wasn't overt. It was covert. Well, what do you mean? I knew that I didn't get a job because there was racism against me. Jesus, Lord. Here we go again. Here we go again. And for some reason, they think that I'm going to stop talking about it. Oh, man, get on them. I heard somebody say, I was watching O'Shea's video, right? And somebody said, yeah, man, and it's my fault. I'm one of the biggest reasons why they called him out. And then what? Nigga, this is the internet. Nobody is doing nothing to me. They helped me. They got me more visibility. Did we pass 991,000 subscribers yet? Let me see. We should have passed 9 because we was at 990 and change. So we should be at 991 by now, right? Yep, there we are. 991.48. The numbers is going up. They don't go down. Numbers going up. Got the club going up on a Friday. The numbers go up, not down. Complaints go up, not down. But I do, dog. I really do. I wish that white people would stop trying to make black people feel bad about the things that we need to take accountability for and stop trying to make us a victim. We don't need your victim mentality. We good. We straight, big dog. We straight. We good. We don't need no help and nobody else that's sitting there saying, oh my God, I can't believe it. Racism is against you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. No, it's not. And I'm good. And I'm happy. You know what I'm saying? And every time that I look at my my 1099 miscellaneous, it's crazy. I don't feel like a victim. It's not what the numbers say. The numbers don't say that I'm a victim. Numbers is crazy. The numbers don't say I'm a victim. YouTube says 398. I swear. Oh, that's just on the Millionaire Morning Show channel. Oh, we more than 1.5, 1.6 million up across all platforms. You just look. Oh, you looking at the wrong channel. That's the other channel. You know what I'm saying? That's that other channel. Anyways, make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. See, look, it's always a nigga that's typing in caps. No profile picture. Y'all gotta stop letting these niggas with these no mustache, no box getting, no results, broke as hell, went to DeVry University, for their cosmetics. Y'all got to stop letting men that went to school for cosmetology tell y'all how y'all supposed to be living your life. I don't listen to guys that do eyebrows. I don't listen to guys that do hair. I don't listen to guys that do nails. I don't listen to people that went to school so that they can be a cosmetologist, bro. I just don't. I just don't. Look, he put the crying emojis. These are extra feminine men, bro. What do you think? Do you think that that guy is going to approach me in real life and hold me accountable? No. Listen. Let me tell you something. Do you think that that man, that gentleman, do you think that IoT is going to be finding me to hold me accountable? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? Like, I can't even be offended. I would never be offended. I don't believe that this guy is going to hold me accountable. I just don't. I'm sorry. Maybe I need to be a lot more scared or something like that. I just, honest to God, I just don't. I don't feel that way. Shout out to Rand Wilson. Appreciate you, says, for the DC Sergeant, a rapper arrested with switches. Courtney Egger Show says, I'm investing in the sauce respect. Thank you on Cash App. Mike that dude, I appreciate you, Mike that dude, for holding me down. What you mean? Why say why hide? Because they weirdos. Poor Legacy said priors is a form of reparations and privilege. Mika says ADL went viral for correcting math on white libs. Oh my God. Let me look at Diddy. Y'all said Diddy sentencing is happening. Let me see. Let me see. Enough of this white liberal nonsense. Diddy.
Hair dye. So we remember Sean Combs as having this jet black hair. He doesn't have that anymore. It's more salt and pepper, gray, white in spots. He was allowed to wear, normal clothes, quote unquote, non-jail attire. He's wearing a light colored sweater over a button-down shirt with dark pants. He came into court. He waved to his family, his supporters in the audience. He conferred with his lawyers, put on a pair of glasses, and started reading some of the legal documents, some of the many legal documents that are involved in this case. Sean Combs came from this jail where he's been for more than a year. And for at least a few hours today, he is looking the part of the Sean Combs of old, if not for the hair. Still the salt and pepper, not the black hair that we're used to.
Well, Mike Sisak, thank you very much. I know you have to go back into court. I know we're on a lunch break now, but that doesn't last very long. Thank you for joining us. And if you like the coverage that you're seeing, if you like the AP News live stream of the Sean Diddy Combs sentencing, we have reporters on the ground all over the world bringing you stories and reporting. Please support us at apnews.com. Donate.
All right, so I'll continue to follow that as more information is released and when he gets sentenced, if he gets sentenced, while we're on the live stream, then we will deep dive into that. In the meantime, I want to go into this whole Bad Bunny Super Bowl situation, not from the lens of whether or not he should be doing the Super Bowl, but I want to go into this Bad Bunny Super Bowl situation because ICE is threatening to pull up to the Super Bowl to hold him accountable.
A top Trump aide says ICE agents will be headed to the Super Bowl. All right, Lydia, what are they going to do there?
Well, they're going to be looking for illegal immigrants. And ICE is making this announcement after the NFL said after the NFL announced that Puerto Rican superstar Bad Bunny is going to headline the halftime show coming up in February. And they're making that invitation to the artist, even though Bad Bunny is being accused of snubbing the United States. He's launching a global tour with stops across Europe and Australia and Japan, but he's skipping the United States because he says he's concerned about ICE raids at his concerts. So now in response, DHS advisor Corey Lewandowski says that ICE will pursue immigration enforcement at the game, warning, quote, there is nowhere you can provide safe haven to people here illegally. We'll find you and deport you.
Wow. What a story. That's
a lot of people going to be watching the game.
Oh, yes, they are.
I'm not sure why they picked him for the Super Bowl in the first place. Why did they pick him for the Super Bowl?
Well, fellas, we know who's going to do the Super Bowl. Super Bowl halftime show is going to be Bad Bunny, one of the most popular artists in all of music. Every year it's been rising, right? The views on Rihanna, the views on Usher, the views on Kendrick. And I think this year is going to be even more. But there's already been a little bit of chatter about certain folks not being happy about this pick.
It's so dumb. He is, you said, one of the biggest in music, the world. Bad Bunny is one of the biggest in the world. Think about what the NFL is doing. Brazil, Spain, where else they going?
Did you went to Ireland?
Mexico, Ireland. They're trying to go worldwide, right? So these, like, it's almost like the football and basketball purists. These football purists, these just the American, people. I understand that y'all want U2 and y'all want things that a rock band. They want to go international. Bad Bunny's the biggest guy internationally. And that's why they're doing it. It's great for the NFL. It's great for the viewing. Think about how many times somebody in your family, your auntie or your mom or somebody, I'm not watching that game, but Beyonce's on the halftime. Think about over in Puerto Rico and Argentina. I don't care about for American football. Bad Bunny's on the halftime. That's more viewership. You can't just watch Bad Bunny. You got to watch the game now. It is genius by the NFL. Don't be a music purist or whatever like these sports purists. This is the evolution of what the NFL is trying to do.
Yeah, I want to say it's business as usual because a lot of times when we talk Super Bowl performances or halftime performances, it's more so for optics. How much entertainment can we put out there to keep people glued in? Because people stick around for the halftime show, right? But I think this particular move is the NFL standing on business, right? It's culture, it's diversity. It's months ago, they said, we're not getting rid of our DEI initiatives. I don't care what everybody else does. We're not flinching. And this move, to me, is them just doubling down saying, we want this to be on the biggest spotlight in the entire world. And we're going to show you all what we're about. And Bad Bunny is the greatest representative of that, right? To be able to give that to the world. So I think it's a cool call by them, as you mentioned. Living La Vida Loca, like I don't know no words. I might not know half the song, but I'm going to tap in.
That's not Bad Bunny.
Isn't that Ricky Martin?
I know it's not Bad Bunny.
It's not Bad Bunny.
I understand it from a business perspective. If we're talking about global eyeballs and trying to get as many people as possible to watch the Super Bowl and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's almost like my core is American, right? Like your core, the Super Bowl is supposed to be an American celebration. I would prefer to have a Taylor Swift before I had Bad Bunny there, right? Like Taylor Swift, contrary to popular belief, globally is a lot bigger than Bad Bunny. It's just the facts. It ain't nothing that the numbers say Taylor Swift is the biggest in ever. Do I care about who is on the Super Bowl halftime show? No, I don't necessarily care. But what I will say is I think that we should be promoting American culture instead of the other way around. Why do we have to promote everybody else that don't even mess with America? Man, the NFL is supposed to be, the NFL, in my opinion, is supposed to be the apex of sports when it comes to American culture. Juan Garcia says, Anton, you wrong. What am I wrong about? What am I wrong about? Taylor Swift is the biggest streamed artist in the world. What exactly am I wrong about? What am I wrong about? So Taylor Swift declined. How do y'all know that? Who how do y'all know that? How are y'all aware of that? Taylor Swift didn't want to do it. Bigger is bigger, though, Mika. Bigger is bigger. And listen, y'all keep saying Bad Bunny is American. That doesn't mean anything. He is against American culture. He is against American culture. And I think that he's everything that's wrong with America, personally. Listen, I would rather for somebody outside of America, because then I can justify them dissing America. I get it. Hey, you hate us because you ain't us, whatever, so on and so forth. But when you got people within America dissing America, it's crazy to me. That's how I don't understand how black people that's born and raised inside of America have negative things to say about America, and they live in America while benefiting off of American taxpayer dollars. It's like, what? What are you talking about? What are you talking about? How can anybody diss the United States of America? And like I said, I get it. I understand it. But I mean, Bad Bunny has been openly disrespectful towards America and what it represents. And the fact that he skipped America on his tour says a lot about who it is that he supports and what he represents. I don't know how y'all just allow for people to disrespect America. I don't understand how y'all allow for people to disrespect the United States of America. I don't get that. That's so weird for me. But we are in an age where people feel comfortable just saying the wildest things. They burn American flags. They do all of that. So honestly, I don't plan on watching it. I'm not a Bad Bunny fan. I don't speak Bad Bunny's language. I don't like the fact that he kissed a man on stage. I don't like what he represents. I support the fact that the NFL, the National Football League, can do anything that they want to do because it's their platform. But for me personally, I'm not interested in seeing it. I'll be straight. I'd rather rekindle playing video games and watch the NFL halftime show at this point, bro. I'm good. I'm straight, bro. I'm straight. I don't want to do it. Where's the Super Bowl? Oh, and I think ain't it in Los Angeles? Where's the Super Bowl? Levi Stadium. Ain't that Los Angeles? 2026. Where's Levi? Yep, Santa Clara. It's in Santa Clara. In 2027. Where's the 2027 Super Bowl? I've seen some people saying that they should have it. And then the 2027 Super Bowl is going to be in Inglewood, California. Where's 2028? Okay, so every year it's going to be in California? $2028 is going to be where? It's in Atlanta. 2028 Super Bowl is going to be in Atlanta? Okay, so basically they're picking all of the gayest cities. They're gonna pick all of all of the cities. Okay, so Santa Clara, then it's gonna be in Inglewood, and then it's gonna be in Atlanta. I heard some people saying that the Super Bowl should be in Las Vegas every single year. How do y'all feel about that? How do y'all feel about the idea that the Super Bowl would be in what the idea that it's being pitched that the Super Bowl should be in Las Vegas every single year? You like it changing cities? I've never been to the Super Bowl. And once I got old enough, I wouldn't actually go to All-Star Weekend either. I used to want to go to All-Star Weekend, NBA All-Star Weekend. It just ain't the same, bro. It's not something that I'm excited about. I used to want to go to All-Star Weekend and stuff, but now it's like now that I'm older, there's so many things that I don't necessarily care about. I would rather go to a basketball game or a concert in another city. I would y'all crazy pillow biting cities. I would rather go to a regular basketball game or a concert in another city than to go to the NFL All-Star game or to go to, NFL Super Bowl or to go to All-Star Weekend. You went to Indy and you never going again? I started to go to Indy because it's right up the street. Where's the All-Star game? It's 2026, right? 2026 All-Star game. That's going to be in Inglewood too? Good God. Why is everything on the West Coast? Okay, let's go for 7. Where's the 2027 NBA All-Star game? Phoenix, Arizona. 2028 All-Star game. Host city has not been officially announced yet. Potential host cities: Milwaukee, Detroit, Atlanta, and Boston. Let's go Detroit, bro. Detroit is considered a front runner to host the 2028 game. So Phoenix is going to be the year after next, and this year it's going to be in Inglewood. Good God, bro. Everything is going to be in California this year. I know about the new stadium. I don't want to go to NBA All-Star Weekend. I want to go to a regular game. My goal over the next 3 to 4 years is to go to a game in every NBA stadium outside of Detroit. So I want to go to a different arena and go to an NBA game and everywhere outside of Detroit. The only other place that I've ever actually been to an NBA game at is when I went in Portland, and that was pretty interesting. So I don't know. Make sure y'all hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and turn on your notifications. Let me see what y'all saying inside of the chat. The Gray Way says they actually subscribe just to give you a piece of their mind. Yeah, I seen somebody say in the chat, in O'Shea's chat, they said, I've been going at him in his chats. Nigga, do you think that I actually, like, on my comments, I've been going at him in the comments? I don't really see nobody in my comments, but I feel you. As Purple Haze says, as Jay-Z headed Super Bowl entertainment, I would rather have Taylor Swift that's now engaged to Travis Kelce than Bad Bunny. Toon says, nah, Denver building a new stadium. Life of Tariq says pillow biting cities is crazy. I don't know if I can afford Madison Square Garden, though. I ain't even gonna kid you, bro. Because of the way that I like to sit and where I like to sit, I'm not sure if I can afford Madison Square Garden. It's just too expensive over in MSG, bro. Bills is not going to beat the Lions. The Lions is going to be shout out to the Detroit Tigers advancing in the playoffs. And also the Lions is going to be Super Bowl champions this year. All right, let's go over to Portland. Let's head over to Portland. See what's happening in the Portland.
People arrested overnight during a chaotic protest outside the Portland ICE facility.
Bill Malugin was on the scene as it unfolded, and he joins us now from Oregon with the latest. Bill.
Ainsley, good morning to you. I can tell you things got pretty heated out here at the Portland ICE building last night. We witnessed a violent fist fight that left a man knocked out. We saw the burning of American flag, the macing of protesters, and multiple clashes with federal agents. We'll get right into the video, show you what we witnessed. Take a look. This was last night, one of those clashes. Federal agents bull rushing and arresting a protester who had stepped onto federal property despite repeated warnings. There was another protester taunting the agents on a megaphone, asking them what the feds were going to do about it if they walked on their property. Well, that guy found out. There was another video.
Mess around and find out.
We had of agents chasing down and arresting a separate protester, though it's unclear what this woman was detained for. Now, take a look at this. We also witnessed a violent fight. These two guys had been jawing at each other all night long. Then the fists started flying. The man in the white shirt
hold on, dog.
Was detained for. Now, take a look at this. We also witnessed a violent fight. These two guys.
Dog, if you couldn't dodge that, that was the most telegraphed punch that I've ever seen in my entire life. You can't dodge that?
Woman was detained for. Now, take a look at this. We also witnessed a violent fight. These two guys had been jawing at each other all night long. Then the fists started flying. The man in the white shirt was pro-ICE. The man in the black shirt, anti-ICE. He was the one.
Oh, that's embarrassing, bro. That's embarrassing. See? Liberals getting beat up, and now you laid out on the ground with your shorts on and with your black socks and black shoes on, and you got punched out. That's embarrassing.
Flying. The man in the white shirt was pro-ICE. The man in the black shirt, anti-ICE. He was the one who got laid out with a punch to the face. Minutes later, we saw him appear to collapse and go limp with some serious swelling to his face. Federal agents had to carry him inside their building for medical attention. But guys, there was no Portland police around to intervene during any of this. It's an issue the Portland ICE director told me has been an ongoing problem due to local politics. Take a listen.
There have been folks that have been assaulted right down here.
Portland police is nowhere to be found as usual. Yo, imagine getting beat up because you anti-ICE. And you the tough guy. You looking like Zangief out there and you getting punched your lights out. That's why I don't believe none of these people, bro. I don't think none of them even know how to fight, what's going on. I don't believe none of these people.
On the street, even across the street, and it takes Portland police a while to respond, or sometimes they don't respond at all.
In the meantime, anti-ICE protesters also set this American flag on fire before it was then ripped away by independent journalist Nick Shorter. He grabbed that flag with the flagpole, put the flames out, took the flag away, leading to him being cussed out by the protesters. More on him in a moment. But lastly, I want to show you this incident. We witnessed this female protester get maced in the face by a federal
that's
agent.
that bear mace too right there.
This incident, we witnessed this female protester get maced in the face by a federal agent for unknown reasons. She had been yelling at agents, but we didn't see anything physical. Well, Portland police officers who watched from the sidelines then walked over after this and began collecting videos of the macing from witnesses who saw it. Officers on scene told us they are reviewing the incident for potential federal wrongdoing. And back out here live at the end of the night, the Portland Police Bureau says they sent in their rapid response team, but that was after almost all of the violence and tension had already finished. Portland police say they ended up arresting 3 people, one of which we can confirm is independent journalist Nick Shorter, the guy we just showed you pulling the burning American flag away. We don't know exactly what he was arrested.
I need to be in Portland. I need to be in Portland. Maybe I need to go to Portland this weekend. What's the flights like in Portland?
For just yet. We're working on getting those details, but a night of tension out here in Portland, and the National Guard still has not arrived on scene yet, guys. We'll send it back to you.
Only thing about flying to Portland is that last time I went, you basically had to go and get like you got to do a layover because I guess it's not that much of a major city. When would I fly out? Saturday? Oh, they do got nine. Oh, it's only one nonstop. This is a 6 p.m. flight. I don't like that. Let's go this. Then you have to do an overnighter on Sunday. $1,500. It's that 4-hour flight though, man. That's the problem. That 4-hour flight ain't no joke. When you're searching for this type of stuff, you got to go by ratings first, and then you want to go by distance when you're going through the ratings. So now you look for the highest rating, and then you narrow it down from the distance from the city center. This looked like a spot right here. This could work. And that could definitely work. Let me see. You know, sweets. The sweets at? They got any suites? 2-bedroom, king, lodge, lounge access, city view. $270 a night, 540 total. All right, we can figure that out. Maybe we'll figure it out. I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, let me go over to Nick Shirley, see what he's talking about.
Here are the Antifa of Portland, all in black.
You come back, I'm gonna fucking smoke you, dude.
Really?
Yes.
You have a sniper.
You said, how is the weather in Detroit this time of year? I don't know. I didn't check the weather today. 84 and sunny. 84 and sunny. So today is 84, 87 tomorrow, Sunday, 85. So it's pretty nice outside today. Y'all pulling up. Make sure y'all pull up. I'm going to be at Margs and Mingles today. Is it Margs and Mingle? The link is pinned to the top of the chat. I'll be at Margs and Mingle today. All right. We're going to be outside. We're going to have drinks. We're going to have a good time. I'm going to be out there. The event is from like 6 to 9 p.m., I think. Let me see what Nick talking about.
Right now. Stop it.
We're Portland. This is our mother. Keep it weird.
Governor Bash, what's your message to Donald Trump for sending the feds into Portland?
I had a press conference today. There's a statement.
Is she holding the hands of this lady?
Online.
Could you give us one right now?
No, you can fill you in later. Thank you.
Oh, come on, Governor Bash. Is this what democracy looks like? All right, the governor will not give a statement. Now they're chanting, whose streets? Our streets. What do you guys think about the feds coming into Portland?
Look at how weird these people are, bro. And then it's always white people standing in front of the Black Lives Matter signs. Look at how weird these people are. Do y'all see this? She got piercings in her shoulders, bro. And why are they in front of, why is it a rainbow with the Black Lives Matters on there, bro? I should broadcast live from the event for after hours. I can't because I got an event that I got. Oh, you talking about from Margs and Mingles? Maybe. I don't know if I got the right equipment and connections to be able to broadcast live. I got to get that $30,000 backpack so I can show y'all what's really happening in real time. But these people are weird, bro.
It's wrong. It's completely wrong.
They say this is the stronghold of Antifa here in the United States, Portland, Oregon. Is Antifa a terrorist, do you think?
He got the bull nose ring too.
Because anti-fascism is an ideology. It's not one thing you can attribute. If anti-fascists are showing up against your administration, what does that say about your admin?
And here, do you think the feds are needed?
Coward.
To take down Antifa?
Doesn't look like it to me. I don't know. I'm not a scientist.
Do you think Antifa is a...
Look, this is normal. This is normal. When I tell y'all that white apologists, white men that are super liberal, that are older, the ones that have ruined America, this is the face of a failed America right here. A lot of people think that the face of a failed America is black fatigue. No, it's liberal, white man, white woman fatigue. I woke up gay this morning. This is normal, y'all. There are so many men that like to bust it down for a real one, that have purple beards, and this is normal. When I walked around Portland, this is what I seen in real life. When I walked around Portland, this is what I seen in real life. A lot of people think that I was capping. I'm telling you, bro, Portland is the most liberal place that I have ever seen in my entire life. It'll make you throw up. It'll make you throw up. Seriously. And they walking around like this, and they apologizing to black people, and they putting Black Lives Matters, and their governor is weird. They weird. Men are weird. Women are weird. And there ain't even a whole lot of black people out there in Portland. As crazy as I don't know if I've seen any black people in Portland. I think I might have been the only one. When I was at the Taekwondo competition, I seen the black players and the black coaches when I was at the Portland basketball game. But other than that, who the hell would want to live in this place, bro? Facts equal opportunity smoke. Facts.
Terrorist organization?
I don't think Antifa plays any role in it whatsoever. Where's Antifa? Are they here? I don't know who they are.
He ain't even got no teeth, bro. He ain't even got no teeth.
I'm just a proud American veteran who is fighting fascism. What's happening in our government is wrong.
This nigga Dame dashing it up out there.
It's anti-American.
Look at the people that surround him. Look, y'all. Look. Pay attention to everything. Everything. Pay attention to everything that is happening right now. I'm about to, you know what?
And any patriotic American should be out here just demonstrating against what's happening.
The largest and most known fascist in world history is Hitler. Where would you rank Trump?
If you look at the first 2 or 3 years of Hitler's rise to power, he did
ravage Portland. Is this a war-ravaged city?
That's a man, y'all. That's a man all day long. That is a man all day long.
As a terrorist organization.
I think it demonstrates that he doesn't know what Antifa is.
Because these people here
I'm telling you, bro, this is Portland all day long. I'm telling you. I see it. I hear it. This is Portland all day long, y'all. I might head out to Portland, honestly. I think I might fly out to Portland on, I'll figure it out after this.
are anti-fascist, but the idea of Antifa as an organization, is that such a thing?
No, it would be like saying MAGA is a terrorist organization. That MAGA is not an organization in the way that Antifa is not an organization. It's incoherent.
And Trump has said this is war-ravaged Portland. Is this a war-ravaged city?
Show me where the war is. Point to it.
Not war ravaged during the Black Lives Matters protests either. I was part of a Buddhist group, and we would go out at about 5 o'clock in the evening in Chapman Square, where at night there would be all the stuff going on. We would do peaceful walks. Never a problem. No one bothered us. We would see people setting up for the nighttime stuff, but it was all fine.
If this is war ravaged, like I said, all wars should look like this. This is my fervent prayer.
Do I look like a domestic terrorist to you? I'm a boomer. I'm a septuagenarian, and Donald Trump thinks I'm a threat to America. What's he smoking? He's a total fascist.
Ma'am, you're moving pretty quick for a boomer. Look at you. You got your polling and everything.
That's right. Got to move when you have to. You know, I got.
Look at these weird fucking people, bro.
To sit back.
Boomers is the worst generation of all time. Boomers are the worst generation of all time, bar none. Let me say it again for the people in the back. Boomers are the worst generation of all time, all day long. Man, bro, I have no respect for boomers. I have no respect for boomers at all.
Label them as domestic violent terrorist organization, like I've been, and I have the record of it. Get the back.
Your name
You're
is
on
Billy,
too
right?
much. Yeah, my name is Lavelle Howard. You want the real name?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. How much medication are you on? Yeah. Look at what's wrong with you? You guys are mentally ill.
Would you say these people are mentally ill?
Yeah, they're mentally ill. They're on drugs. Look at their pupils. Look at all my videos. They're all out here drinking at night. They're all getting drunk. They're all on drugs. That's why they're going to get hit with conspiracy charges, RICO charges, domestic.
That we love each other and we will protect each other as this car tries to run through people.
This lady's trying to get through the streets. We're not letting her through. They're not letting her through.
Right there, baby.
They should just start throwing punches, bro.
They're not letting her through right now. And now
had to be one black man. Get off, guys. Always a weirdo. This is the type of niggas that be inside of my chat typing hard. This is the type of person that be in my chat typing hard. They look like this in real life, bro. I'm telling you, they just like this. IoT, that's him. Weirdos, bro. Weirdos. And y'all let these people bully y'all around on the internet. They look just like him. All these pro-blackity blacks, they him, bro. They him. They are him, 100%. That's why they don't have no profile picture, because they weird, man.
Not letting her through right now. And now everyone's saying she needs to back up this lady right here, saying it's illegal for her to be coming through here.
All the purple hair, all the liberal whites, all of the people with the pink hair, the guy with the pink shirt, white and pink shirt in the back.
The police are stepping in.
Oh my God! It's so you won't be able to get she hit a pedestrian. If you do not arrest this woman, you are complicit with this Trump administration.
These people crazy, bro. These people are crazy in real life. In real life, these people are crazy. Let me see something. It's one more thing I need to see before we move over into the show. I want to get over into the money. Portland. Let's go Sunday. Oh, they got 2 nonstops. Woo-wee! I don't want to do the AM flight. The PM flight. And then you return home. These 1 stops. It's crazy. I don't like these 1 stops. Shoot. All of them is bad times. Hey, what is 11:39? 11:39 on the West Coast is 12:12, 2:39 p.m. Might be able to make that work. Oh, I like the Airbuses. Airbuses usually got dope seats. I don't like that time. I wish it was a little bit later, though. Anyways, let me get back to the show. You said these airline prices are crazy. No, I think it's got more regular prices, actually. Mine is just messed up because mine say first class. So save and exit. You can downgrade. Pretty sure you can find one that's normal. Just got to change it from first. Economy include that, basic. Did I do it right? To Portland. Yeah, they got some regular flights. That's just because it was first class and it's less than a week before. So if you flew it out on Sunday, came back on like a Wednesday, and you fly regular, you can get them for $500. You can fly Frontier for $500. It's 21 hours. 15-hour stop in Denver. You can fly Southwest for $1,000. $677, 15-hour one layover. I don't want to do all of that. I just want to get straight to what I'm gonna do and keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't trying to be on Frontier. I'm good. I'm cool. I spend the money. I'll spend the money and just keep it moving. So, anyways, let me read some of y'all super chats and see what's going on out in these streets. For love and gratitude, AD. What up, Lex, please? What up, Lex? What up, what up, what up? Great show last night. We're going to be back on tonight. Jay Ben says being hot-headed outside of ICE and getting knocked to a chill is a cold piece of work. Now, buddy had to get help by the very folks he was against. Facts. Dude says citizenship ain't free, but these hands are. Shout out to Mr. Lot. F around and find out. Now you need ICE. Chris H says, look like a Star Wars parade. It looked crazy out there. J-Lo on the track. VP says, I watched the entire Nick Shirley video. These people are crazy. Go to the part where they stopped the man trying to pass by with her car. Yeah, she said, get a job. David Simpson Jr. says, I used to think it was liberal women who were the downfall of Western civilization. It's the liberal and sassy men. That's a fact. Jesse V says, he said Antifa. I heard no Tifa. Obi-Wan, the homie, says that lady looks like the Kool-Aid man. Rob OC says blacks were forced out of Oregon in 1844, remained in the state constitution until 2002. Obi-Wan, the homie, says we just saw Clifford the big back. Equal Opportunity Smoke says black dude, a zesty festa serial killer. James Payne Lethal says reporting Memphis streets have been quiet and clean. Man, you know what? I'm about to do it with my own stream. The one thing that I can't understand though, James, as I prepare to go and tour America, you know what I don't understand? I don't understand streamers. Like, I don't understand a lot of these IRL streamers that be on Kick and Twitch. I don't understand the begging for subs thing. The begging for subs things is so weird to me, bro. It really is weird. I don't understand begging for subs. Like, 2K was trying to get me to rock out on the stream and all of this stuff. And I was like, I'm not really sure that I want to do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just don't appeal to me at all. Subathons don't make sense to me.
One out of 5 people in Houston live in poverty, according to a new Census Bureau data.
Those recently released numbers give Houston a pretty stark designation, the top of the list of the highest poverty rate among America's largest cities. ABC 13 reporter Sarah Alshaik diving deeper into the data and explaining live with us now, Sarah, why some say the city is in this position to begin with.
Yeah, that data showed a little over 21% of Houston residents lived at or below the federal poverty line last year. An expert I spoke with at the Kinder Institute says there's a lot of factors contributing to that high number, one of them being a lack of high-wage jobs in the city. New data giving us insight into how many Houstonians are struggling to make ends meet.
We should aim to be number one in many things. This is not one of them.
According to the U.S. Census Bureau, about 21.2% of Houston residents lived at or below the federal poverty line.
So y'all out here struggling in Houston and y'all be talking shit?
21.2% of Houston residents lived at or...
Y'all out here in Houston, of all the major cities in the United States of America, Houston is out here being dusty? Houston is out here being dusty? Of all the major cities in the United States of America, are you telling me that Houston is out here being dusty? And Dog says it's bad out here, man. I didn't know. Somebody says Houston is still recovering from the Katrina refugee crisis. I didn't know that Houston. Listen, everything that they tell me on the internet, because I've been to Houston several different times, I've always said that Houston is probably the Portland is the worst city I've ever been to. Houston is the worst design city that I've ever been to. Everybody keep acting like, oh, move to Houston, move to Houston. Houston is the new Atlanta. The only thing that I've ever heard about Houston is that the city is broke, that they in poverty, that they the most poverty-stricken major city in the United States of America. And because they was also broke, the mayor, the incoming mayor, the one that's just recently gotten mayor, said that the city was completely broke and that y'all got high STD rates. Is that there's a huge outbreak of STIs and STDs in Houston. I have never heard anything that anybody tells me that Houston is popping. And it take 1 hour to get from one side of the city to the other one, and it's got bad city planning. And y'all can't fix y'all water mains. That's what I keep hearing about Houston, bro. I didn't know that y'all was out here struggling. I didn't know that Houston was out here struggling. I didn't know that y'all was the ones that was the most in poverty of all of the major biggest U.S. cities.
Or below the federal poverty line in 2024.
For about the past decade, Houston has been around this mark of 21% on or off for about 10 years now.
That number exactly double the national poverty rate of 10.6% according to census data. But why are we here? What factors contribute to this high number?
You're missing jobs that are paying between about 100.
And y'all got serial killers out there on the loose, and y'all city won't say that y'all actually got serial killers. And y'all got serial killers on the loose.
$100,000 and $150,000.
Daniel Potter, the director of the Houston Population Research Center at the Kinder Institute, says Houston has plenty of jobs, but not enough offering high wages.
Not working. We are absolutely working, and we've got the jobs that are here. The questions that sort of pop up are, what are those jobs?
Ultimately, Potter says this data helps shed light on where we stand as a city. Information, he says, can hopefully create better policies to move the needle on this issue.
We are talking about things that you can change and you can move. It's just recognizing we've got to make sure we're prioritizing those living.
See, that's why I don't be listening to what people be talking about. People just be saying stuff. Oh, man, no, y'all be living in poverty out here. Everybody acting like they balling. I don't believe that. Millionaire Manual says, AD, do you believe most people don't have $1,000? It depends on what you're asking for. If you ask somebody, if you told a person that sat there and say, man, I don't have $1,000 in the case of an emergency, well, it depends on what the emergency is. Do they have big discipline? And is it some box available? Because if it's the only box that's been available, I bet you they figure out how to come up with $1,000. I know people that say they broke that can come up with $1,000 like that, depending on what it is that they paying for. Tell somebody, hey, they about to go on a girls' trip to Tulum. They're going to come up with their money. They're going to beg, borrow, steal, kill, sell box. They're going to go and get some payday loans. They're going to use their credit cards. They're going to do whatever. It depends on what it is. Most people don't have $1,000 for things that they don't want to spend no money on. But for what they want to do, they get on a payment plan. They save, they stack, they put their money up. I don't believe it. I see people that's walking around with jeans that cost $1,000, but then they say that they broke. That's because all of their money is in their jeans and stuff. Again, most people have self-inflicted wounds. Most people have self-inflicted wounds. Do I believe that most people don't have $1,000 for the stuff that they don't feel like having $1,000 for? Do I believe that most people got $1,000, can come up with $1,000? Yes, I believe that most people can come up with $1,000. They're not going to take care of the things that they're supposed to take care of. They're not going to get their oil change. They're not going to get no new tires. They're not going to do preventative maintenance. They're not going to pay their rent up ahead of time. I know people that wait to the very last minute to pay their rent. I know people that wait to the very last minute to pay their rent. I know people that wait to the last minute to pay their phone bill. I used to get paid back in 2010, 11, 12, 13. I used to get paid once a month. So what it forced me to do, and this is the things that God has prepared me for, what it's forced me to do is it forced me to pay everything at one time. It would force me to pay everything at one time. So as soon as I got paid, and I just kept that same habit. I never parsed out if I got paid every 2 weeks, any of that type of stuff. Everything that I ever budgeted from then on was, what do I need for the month? What do I need for the month? So as soon as I get a lump sum of money, I'll pay everything all at the same time. Even if I was like not liquid or broke, right? Even if it cost me everything, and then anything that I would have to do extra, I would have to tap into my investments or something like that. That's why I don't mind being broke. I was raised broke. I never tripped about being broke. So when I would get my paycheck, I would budget based off of how I can spend every single dollar and be broke. And so my definition of broke now is to spend every single dollar, right? So I'll budget this. I'll put whatever amount over into my brokerage account. I set a bunch of money up in order to be able to pay contractors, whatever I got to pay contractors for as far as building houses. And I pay everybody, all of the people. Whatever is left, that's what I'm rocking with. I don't touch that. I don't touch that. I'm not digging into my brokerage for anything that I don't got to do with an investment. And I pay everything. I pay everything at one time, everybody at one time. When the phone bill get paid, all of the employees is getting paid in the same day. Everybody get paid at the same time. As soon as I get a check, I bust it down with all of my friends. And then I put all of my contractors on a net 30. I put all of my contracts on a net 30. So what does that mean to put your contractors on a net 30? That means that whatever payments that they want, and I had to train all of my contractors to actually do this, right? Let's say, for example, you got the excavator, and then you got the drywall people, and then you got the electrician or whatever. That means that they have to submit their invoices to my people in my company, and then they're going to get paid within the next 30 days. That's how the big boys do it. So stop letting people hit you up and say, hey, man, I need some more money for materials and all of that other stuff. Nope. Books is closed for the month. You got to submit your stuff before the 25th, 26th, and then you can get paid by the 30th. If you submit it on the 27th, 28th, then that means you're going to get paid the following month. So whatever it is that they submit in their invoices is, you probably going to get paid within the next 30 days unless you submitted it before a certain date. And I ain't going to say all of that. I'm going to leave that part out of it. Again, make sure I hit a like for the algorithm, subscribe to the channel with any notifications. Sister, shout out to Sister. I appreciate you. Sister says, Mr. AD. Man, I think I missed some. I got to go back to the super chat. Mr. AD and the Chasers fan, Mr. AD, please restart reminding us to share you and your content with friends and family. 1 million, here we come. Shout out to Sister. I'm so thankful that you're here with me on this journey. The inner city is bad, says clean. The outer cities is booming. Depends on what city you go to. Depending on what city you go to, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Chris Cunningham, says I emailed you a video where they big sweep there. Have I ever been to Charlotte? Nope, I haven't been to Charlotte yet. I have not been to Charlotte. Y'all give me a list of cities that y'all want me to stop through. And then we'll stop through. Let me see what else is out here in the streets. WNBA pay, record high stock ownership, raises red flags amongst economists. Let's start over there and then we'll go over to WNBA play.
Also new this morning, the stock market has been rising. Americans have more money in stocks than ever before. Economists are warning that could be a problem. And then a market downturn could hit Americans harder than ever before. CNN's Matt Egan looking into this one for us this morning. What are you seeing, Matt?
Well, Kate, this is a double-edged sword, right? When markets are booming, like they have been, market rallies can really be a very good thing for the economy, right? Each record high can inspire confidence, get people to spend more money, right? Go out to dinner, buy a car, take a vacation. Of course, the problem is that it really does cut both ways because they're also exposed to potential market meltdowns that have happened in the past. And these really are historic levels of exposure. If you look at stock holdings, direct and indirect, like through 401ks and retirement plans, stocks make up 45% of household finances, right? Almost half. That's the most on record that go back to the 1950s. And when you
know what the worst part about this whole situation is, as I look at this and they say, oh man, it's a red flag amongst economists. Is it a crash coming or whatever, right? It's not bad for personal finances, Kevin King, at all. You know what this tells me? You know what this tells me? This tells me that people that are not a part of the bag chasers or the people that's not a part of this, while we sitting here complaining, it's a lot of people that's running up a bag. When Trump got into office, I begged people to dump as much money as they possibly could in the stock market. When the stocks went down, I begged people. Somebody, Chad Dickens, says, can you cover your personal real estate strategy? I do. It's inside of the Patreon. Literally, it's inside of the Patreon. The last video that we did, we got another live stream tomorrow. The last video that we did, I literally showed every receipt for everything that I've been doing in real estate. This tells me that so many people have missed out on so much wealth. So many, look, sister, a part of the Patreon, my portfolio was up 51%. Do you know how crazy that is? Do you know how much money that is? Do you know what kind of numbers that is? With your portfolio, y'all don't really get the type of money that people. And then people will sit there and say, oh man, we're not getting the money, we're not getting the information. It's right there in front of your face. Do you know how crazy it is in the bag chasers that we got people with a 51% up rate on their portfolio? Up rate on their portfolio. And I beg people. I bet that's why when sisters send me money and stuff, I'll be like, well, I guess I'll take it because y'all making so much fucking money. Y'all making so much money. Y'all making so much money. I don't even be feeling bad no more because I'm like, everybody up, everybody getting money. We just gonna keep running up a bag. The only people that missed out is the people that's sitting out there protesting and it's people that's sitting up there complaining. We literally just be sitting there watching money go up. We had an explosion, and that's how I went and bought my 911. I was like, all right, well, that's 911 money. After capital gains tax, we still got enough money to go and buy us a little 911. Cool. Cool. And they want to try to scare you on CNN. Oh, my God, it's so scary.
Look at the trend here. You can see how this is really, really increased in terms of how much of people's portfolios stocks take up. Look at this. Go back to 1980. It was just 13%. Today, it's 45%.
Well, 1980, they were idiots. Now it's 45% because people don't want their money sitting there and not making money on top of money.
Now, one thing I would note, though, is that this doesn't cut equally, right? The top 10% of households actually own 87% of the stocks, but still, the higher income households, those are the ones that are really keeping this economy afloat. And if there's a market reversal, a downturn, well, they could stop spending. And I think that this really does underscore why it was so critical that market meltdown that we saw in March and in April over the president's tariffs stopped, right? If it didn't, it could have caused a self-fulfilling prophecy, actually causing a recession. Of course, the president blinked on those tariffs. He paused them for a period of time, and the market's really been off like a rocket ship ever since then. The S&P 500 has gained $15 trillion in value just since April 8th. A stunning figure. I think the bottom line is, Kate, you and I often talk about how the market is not the real economy,
Right.
but I do think that this record high exposure shows that the market does have a significant.
I'm so disgusted at the fact that so many people have not taken advantage of what's happening in the market right now. So many people could have literally gotten rich, run up a bag just this year alone. Just this year alone, people could have literally ran up a bag. But no, they wanted to sit there and complain. I remember I was seeing people inside of my chat saying stuff like, aha, Anton, look at the markets. I can't believe it. My 401k is in the dumps and all of that stuff. We don't see none of them people no more. Where did they go? Where did all of the people go that was sitting there complaining about what was happening in the stock market? Where did they go? How come we don't see them anymore?
I have prepared a statement that I like to make. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the. Thank you all for your time today. I have prepared a statement that I would like to make before taking.
I don't like this because it almost feels like it's coming out of one side, like it's coming out of one side.
So first of all, I'd like to congratulate.
Is it me or do it sound like it's only coming out of one speaker?
I have prepared a statement that I like to make before taking any questions. Of course. All right. So first of all, I'd like to congratulate the Mercury for advancing to the finals. And I want to be clear, this conversation is not about winning or losing. It's about something much bigger. The real threat to our league isn't money. It isn't ratings or even missed calls or even physical play. It's the lack of accountability from the league office. Since I've been in the league, you've heard the constant concerns about officiating, and it has now reached levels of inconsistency that plague our sport and undermine the integrity in which it operates. Whether the league cares about the health of the players is one thing, but to also not care about the product we put on the floor is truly self-sabotage. Year after year, the only thing that remains consistent is the lack of accountability from our leaders. Sorry, I had to walk here in my boot. I'm kind of. The league has a buzzword that they've rolled out as talking points for the CBA as to why they can't pay the players what we're worth. That word is the same.
When they say CBA, it literally is an acronym for the collective bargaining agreement. So it's the contract that the players would have with the teams and the league itself of how much the minimum is and exactly what the cap is and how much basically every player is going to be making in the inside of the WNBA. So right now, the women are basically locked in with leadership in the WNBA because the actual league itself has never turned a profit. Let me say that again for the people in the back. The league itself has never turned a profit. And so the women are rallying together because they're saying, well, the Caitlin Clarks and the Angel Reeses are lucky because they don't have to worry about what their payment is on the court. And we shouldn't have to get another job after only making $100,000 a year or $150,000, whatever the heck they make. Average salary in WNBA. So the average salary in the WNBA is approximately $102,000 per year. So they saying we should make more than $100,000 to get paid. Minimum salary 66, maximum salary is $250. Average salary is about $100,000 per year. And so they want things more on par with the NBA's minimum salary, which is $1.27 million per year. The WNBA operates under a hard salary cap with the 2025 team salary cap set at $1.5 million. And then the Caitlin Clark and the Angel Reese has got a bunch of endorsements and stuff like that that's outside of it. And so they don't have to necessarily worry about that. And so the players are complaining because the league has never, ever, 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 since its inception, ever been profitable. And the players are saying that we deserve more and that the leadership is the problem with that.
Sustainability. But what's truly unsustainable is keeping a good product on the floor while allowing officials to lose control of games. Fans see it every night. Coaches, both winning and losing, point it out every night in pregame and postgame media. Yet leadership just issues fines and looks the other way. They ignore the issues that everyone inside the game is begging to be fixed. That is negligence. At Unrivaled this past February, I sat across from Kathy and asked how she planned to address the officiating issues in our league. Her response was, well, only the losers complain about the refs. I also asked how she planned to fix the fact.
I wish I had my belt. Hey, that was a savage. That was a savage, 100% savage response. Hey, man, only the losers is the ones that's complaining about the refs. Facts. Facts.
That players like Caitlin, Angel, and Paige, who are clearly driving massive revenue for the league, are making so little for their first 4 years. Her response was, Caitlin should be grateful she makes $16 million off the court because without the platform that the WNBA gives her, she wouldn't make anything. And in that same conversation, she told me players should.
See, this is why you can't trust women. This right here is exactly why you cannot trust women. The reason that you can't trust women is because they take off-court conversations where you thought that you was having a real conversation with somebody, and they start recording you and writing stuff down, and next thing you know, they saying it at a players conference. And so what was supposed to be between me and you and a real talk, now you taking it and you saying it and showing it to everybody else. And this is why we don't trust you. If Young Metro don't trust you, I'm gonna shoot you. I don't like that. I don't like that. I don't like the fact that, and then y'all be supporting it. Y'all so weak. Any guy that's in here supporting this pillow talk, in my opinion, is weak, bro. You don't talk about things that we talked about offline, online. What are you talking about? It's between me and you. Did I say that it was on the record? This is off the record. This is how y'all be getting caught up, bro. This is not on the record. This is an off-the-record conversation. Why are you telling all of my business, bro? Why are you telling all of my business? Y'all love gossiping. Guys love gossiping. Y'all love being in a situation where you can. Y'all keep telling them. Y'all be telling all of the business. All of the business. See, the one thing that I know about women, not in the WNBA anyways, is that women tell other women what you're doing. And that's how That's how guys get good advertisement, because women don't understand that when they gossiping with their homegirl, all they doing is giving free advertising for the guy that they land with. So you up there talking about, ooh, girl, the A, B, C, D, and E, F, G, and then we did this inside of the bed, and your homegirl like, really? Wow, I never did that before. But really, she just advertising. So girls don't tell other guys things that they tell other girls, which is basically you pillow talking so that she can come back and then discuss it with her girls on how it is that she needs to get her an Anton. You know what I'm saying? And then they start talking about the money. Girl, he got real money. No. I mean, it's a lot of these guys that's out here doing this and that, so on and so forth. No. He got real money. Now, it's different over there. No, there ain't no lack. Everybody got money over there. Everybody got money over there. Everybody getting paid over there. Ain't no lack over there. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no lack over there. It's different. Let me get back to this. You know me. I'll be a millionaire more than showing it. Derail.
Be on their knees thanking their lucky stars for the media rights deal that I got them. That's mentality driving our league from the top. We go to battle every day to protect a shield that doesn't value us. The league believes it succeeds despite its players, not because of them. I have the privilege of watching my husband run a league where he has to balance 100 different things at once. I won't pretend the job is easy, but even with all of that on his plate, he always takes the time to reach out to players when he sees an injury, whether it's unrivaled or even during the WNBA season. That is what leadership looks like. It's the human element. It's basic integrity, and it's the bare minimum any leader should embody. This year alone, I've gotten calls, texts, and well wishes from so many players across the league. Those moments remind me that sometimes there are things bigger than the results this game we play. But do you know who I haven't heard from? Kathy. Not one call, not one text. Instead, the only outreach has come from her number 2, telling my agent that she doesn't believe physical play is contributing to injuries. That is infuriating.
Women are such complainers and whiners, bro. Such complainers and whiners.
And it's the perfect example of the tone-deaf, dismissive approach that our leaders always seem to take. I've finally grown tired. For too long, I have tried to have these conversations in private, but it's clear there is no intention of accepting there's a problem. The league has made it clear it isn't about innovation. It isn't about collaboration. It's about control and power. I've earned this platform and I've paid the price to get here. And now I have a responsibility to speak on behalf of the fans and everyone in this league that deserves better.
I think that a lot of times women feel empowered to do this type of stuff because they always got a husband that make more than them that's backing them up.
Our leadership's answer to being held accountable is to suppress everyone's voices by handing out fines. I'm not concerned about the fine. I'm concerned about the future of our sport. At some point, everyone deserves to hear the truth from someone who I hope has the benefit of the doubt to fight for what is right and fair for our athletes and our fans. We have the best players in the world. We have the best fans in the world. But right now, we have the worst leadership in the world. If I didn't know exactly what the job entailed, maybe I wouldn't feel this way. But unfortunately for them, I do. We serve a league that has shown they think championship coaches and Hall of Fame players are dispensable, and that's fine. It's professional sports. But I will not stand quietly by and allow different standards to be applied at the league level. Thank you.
Nafisa, do you still read that statement if you're celebrating a championship in 2 weeks?
Yes. Again, I want to be clear. This is not about winning and losing. People, coaches, players, winning and losing are complaining about these same things. And again, the league talks about sustainability. This is about sustainability. How are you going to protect your players? How are you going to make sure that we have the best product on the floor night after night when it's so inconsistent and people are getting hurt left and right?
That statement that you just made, are you fully expecting to find?
I'm sure that they will find me. It seems like anything with free speech is fine now. So
5 minutes before you walked in here, the WNBA sent another press release announcing more money, more TV rights deals that they've just secured. Do you think it's a little premature to announce all the money they're making when they haven't come to a deal with the people that play the game on the floor on their?
It's something that they continue to do. And, but in the same breath, they cry that they don't have enough money to pay the players, that they don't have the sustainability to pay the players when they're selling teams for $300 million, when valuations are going up to almost $500 million.
That does not mean that that's your money.
It doesn't make sense to us. It's why we're fighting so hard in our CBA, and
people don't know nothing about business.
At what point between, the end of the season and today did you decide
Does
that
not mean that that's
that
not.
was how you wanted to open this and, you wanted to prepare something like that?
I think obviously like this is something that we've been talking about for a really long time, but I think just seeing like the response as well, just hearing over and over and over again, we have the best refs in the world, we don't have a problem, none of the injuries are due to physicality in the way that we're reffing. It's an insult to my intelligence, honestly.
This is so dumb. Anyways, listen, if they can get it, get it. If they can't. It really don't make no difference to me. Everybody should get paid, but from a business perspective, I don't understand why she's doing what she's doing. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Make sure y'all tap into the Patreon. Link is in the description. I also want to remind y'all that if you want to pull up and come kick it with me tonight, I will be at Margs and Mingle in Detroit. More information is pinned to the top of the chat. In addition to making sure that you're tapping into the Patreon, we got a live stream that we're doing tomorrow. And then we got after hours tonight. All right. So it's going to be in Detroit. It's going to be popping. And I'm going to be there. And it's not my event. I don't make anything from it. It's not anything that comes to me. But it's just me showing love to the people that want me to come out and pop out. And I say, yeah, I'm going to pop out and see what's happening. So I'll be there this afternoon. And we're going to see what's happening. What else? Elevate to the Unknown says you got to come to I want to come to San Antonio so bad. I want to see what the second best river walk looks like in the United States of America, because we've been ranked first and then San Antonio has been ranked second. Let me see. Or y'all number 10, my bad. Y'all number 10. Yep, y'all number 10. So shout out to y'all. Well, that's according to USA Today. Y'all number 10 for 2025. But I could be wrong. You know what I'm saying? So that's self-voted. That's not professional. Let me see. That's Reddit. I don't know if you want to go with Reddit. Tampa is the second best. Yeah, I want to see what the other 2 through 10 look like as far as river walks. Looking forward to seeing what San Antonio's Riverwalk looks like. So shout out to you. Country Boy Finesse says I'm up 32% on Hood, another 55% on 401k, 17%. Shout out to Country Boy Finesse. Nelly says all of my stock options and investments more than double my salary. You can't win if you don't play. Life is wild. Ain't it nice when you unlock the game? Shout out to Artifacts. I appreciate you. Sister says, Mr. AD, didn't you report that the NBA is covering the shortfall for the NBA is subsidizing the WNBA. Ain't that crazy? Kind of like that's the NBA and the WNBA is like me having my business that generate all of the revenue, and then I open up a business for my girl because she says she wants a business. Now I know that her business is losing money, but in order for her to want to say, yo, I'm a boss and I own my own business, then I open up a business. So basically I'm subsidizing her business so that she can say she got a business, even though the business is losing money, and we still depend on 100% of what I make in order for us to be able to thrive. That's kind of what it happens between the NBA and the WNBA. Regular appreciation says Shadow X Dragon. I haven't learned so much as I have in such a short time until I joined the Patreon. Shout out to the Bag Chasers. Yeah. Landlord Sports says, that's a heck of a name. Landlord Sports says, if you only had 1K to invest into the market right now, where would you put it? Probably SPY. It's an ETF that follows the S&P 500. And so if I was putting it into the market, I would put it in SPY. and sit on it. Put it in the SPY. That's what I will put it into the market. Actually, I would probably split it. I will put 75% in the SPY, and I will put 25% of it into Bitcoin. That's where I will put it. That's what I will put it. Yes. How y'all feel today? Y'all ready for after hours tonight? It seemed like that time that kind of went by. We were just kicking it. Fridays is always different. I know your plays in time because I love you. Because I love you. Fridays is always different. We just kind of chill and kick it and just have a good time and see what's happening. You know what I'm saying? So I'm excited. I'm excited. So early next week we'll be crossing 1 million subscribers on the Anton Daniels channel and probably be passing up 400,000 on this channel. And after hours tonight, Patreon live stream tomorrow. And then I'm gonna figure out where it is. I'm gonna figure out where it is that I want to travel to next. All right. I'm excited. I'm excited for y'all to show y'all some of the things. Oh, and I'm vlogging starting next week. All right. All right, y'all. Love y'all. I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all later tonight. Peace.